That's great. That's great. Now you're gonna get another half. End the day on a good note with a 1%. 100% you got this. How are you, my brother? You good? Did you take anything so far? Oh man, stop looking at GJ, bro. That's gonna keep on draining your energy, honestly. Honestly. That's what GJ does, man. It just drains your energy. But okay, looking at gold now, what is happening over here? So we do obviously understand that, you know, we haven't violated the structure laws over here, where we did start the uptrend from. Let me quickly just minimize my OBS screen and just quickly just start my MetaTrader 5 as well, and then let's go into this. But yeah, man, not having the best day of my life either, honestly. Bro, been working on this NFT project for the longest time, and then obviously yesterday the minting started. Let's just say we went to sleep for those 1 to 2 hours and the project got sold out. Bro, trust me, waited so long, like literally till like 3 at night yesterday, and then we went to sleep for like literally 2 hours till like 5, and then as soon as we woke up the project was gone, bro. But it is what it is. We learned from it. Never gonna sleep again, that's for sure. But okay, looking at gold now, we do understand one thing, right? Okay, look, at the moment you understand that you have broken out of this range to the top side. This was our range to the top side. We have been holding this range for such a long time, such a long time. So obviously when you do break out of this, you're going to see something that's going to be very explosive as well, which we saw right here. But again, looking to the left, right, look what we are doing at this point now. We're coming all the way up to this zone where we see there are a lot of selling orders sitting up here. So something like this, a move to the downside, was really, really expected, right? So first of all, we got to see, okay, why did we see something so massive to the top side? You guys got to understand another thing as well. As soon as, literally after this candle, right, we saw two massive bullish candles, and then obviously the next candle, which is the bearish candle, it also did form new highs as well. So we actually pushed up more than 1,000 pips. You gotta understand one thing, that is a lot of pips. That creates some sort of imbalance in the market. So then the imbalance needs to be corrected in order for price action to be sustainable. And we do understand one more thing as well, that we have been in some sort of correction phase. That's what we have been in. And obviously it's all well to take it up from here, because we can see numerous rejections from the downside, and it just does suggest us that at this point, look, the momentum to the downside is starting to exhaust and buyers are in control. So that's exactly what we have been doing now. From here we have been taking price all the way to the top side. Look, all price has been doing is just forming higher highs and higher lows. So at this point now, look, where the structural lows are, the structural lows are all the way down here at this point now. This was your first structural lows, and then obviously below this you understand that's where the structural lows are for the uptrend structure. And then obviously from here now, because this is the most relevant price action that we have, this becomes our most relevant structural lows. And look, from here we formed a new high. At this point now, we formed a new high all the way to the top side here, and from there we formed a new low, and then from there again another high. So we understand that a lot of buyers take control from this point here. And looking to the left, this is a really strong area. You can see this is the same area where price actually came up to. From there we started to pull back all the way to the downside, and then from there we came all the way down to the support that we have, which is the lowest support that we have, which is also the structure lows as well. And you understand this is kind of where the momentum kicked in from, all the way up here. So until we actually violate 1858, where the structure lows are, we are still in an uptrend. This is potentially just your pullback at this point now. Obviously, the pullback is really aggressive because we've been on such a massive bull run recently. We've broken out of this range and we pushed up about 1,000 pips. You gotta understand, even though this seems really aggressive to the downside, we haven't even pushed down 1,000 pips just yet. This kind of becomes your correction, and now at this point, look, you're starting to tap this resistance area. We are approaching a resistance area, and we can see this is where you get those massive rejections from. If you can actually see this wick over here, you guys can see that usually price comes down to this level. Look at that. Even this rejection started all the way from up here, the same level. We're rejecting from up this level, and this is exactly where this rejection started from as well, the same exact zone that we have marked out right now. And so price came all the way down to this level, and you gotta see, like, it's literally the same thing, right? Literally two massive bearish candles, and then after that you started to push all the way to the top side of the range. In order for you to have some sort of sustainable price action, this needs to happen, right? Price needs to come down. It needs to retest something that is significant to the current price structure, and this over here is the only resistance area that we have. Look at that. Above this, what resistance area do we have? This is our previous zone. We broke out of it. This is irrelevant at this point now. Obviously, yeah, we got to keep this in our mind as well, because we do understand there are orders around here, but this becomes our most relevant zone at the moment, this resistance area as well as the support area now. And looking to the left, we can see we get numerous rejections from this level. So now we got to see how far is this from the current price action. This is about 25 pips away. So now, again, even though we are so bearish on the weekly time frame, let's look at the daily time frame. Let's see what the daily candle is looking like. Okay, again, daily candle, very massive push to the downside, very massive push to the downside. Now this area that we are approaching at this point now, it becomes a little bit tricky for us to actually execute on a sell position just yet, because you guys gotta understand another thing, right? The structural lows are all the way down here, so until we actually violate this, we are still in an uptrend. This can just be a really aggressive pullback. We got to understand, why is this such an aggressive pullback? We are tapping into our key area. This is a very strong area, and you have a lot of sellers sitting up here. And so now, even look, if this area does hold, look, usually we form a double top up here. When we do form a double top up here, we drop all the way down to the lowest support that we have, and then the lowest support is really far away at the moment. Is actually about more than 1,000 pips away. So now look, in order for us to understand this, right, so far what we have is we just have a very massive rejection to the downside, a lot of momentum to the downside, which is expected, right? But again, looking at the bigger picture, we are still bullish on gold. We haven't violated any structural lows. We've just broken the lows of previous candles, which is really good for us, because obviously we are grabbing a lot of liquidity. But other than that, honestly, look, now looking at the current candle that we have on the daily time frame as well, what this candle has done is this one closed below this resistance area, next one came all the way up to the top side, and then from here starting to reject. So now we got to see, when we usually do reject from here, what does price usually do? Okay, look, we got a rejection here, we came all the way down to this area, and then from here we actually rejected and came all the way back up, and then the next one came all the way up to retest, and then obviously the same thing, obviously from there another retest, double top was formed up here, and then from there we saw a drop. So that's exactly something that I am expecting for us to kind of like, reject off of this area, and then potentially from here we can start coming all the way back up to retest 1812, and then we can see a lot of pips to the top side. Look, is rejecting now and is pushed up about 49 pips. If I quickly go to the minute time frame, you guys can see, look at that, look at this minute candle, look how massive this candle is. This is literally 1 minute candle, 40 pips almost. So even though, yeah, we are really bearish at the moment, everything shows us that, gold is dropping. You got to look at the bigger picture. As a trader, you always have to look at the bigger picture. The bigger picture shows us that we are still really bullish on gold. Obviously, something like this, look how many bullish candles we had in a row. This was 1, 2, broke out of the range, grabbed a lot of liquidity, and then obviously because we grabbed a lot of liquidity over here, I remember we had some sort of news kicking in around here as well, and obviously when everything does come together, there is a correlation. You're going to see a massive push to the top side, but then sometime, you know, in the near future, it will get corrected in order for price action to be sustainable. Otherwise, you know, there will be an imbalance in the market and we would be stuck in a range. So now this is exactly what we are experiencing at the moment. We can see the imbalance to the top side is being corrected now, because looking at the bigger picture, even though we are really bullish on gold, you gotta see we are still forming lower lows and lower highs. But again, looking at the most recent thing, we got to collect clues, right? We are intraday traders. We are rejecting and we are failing to violate the structural laws. The uptrend structural laws are all the way down there, and we're still failing to violate the structural laws. At this point, we got to push up. Okay, look, from here we started the move back up, came back down. This was the range highs. The range lows were down there. At this point, look, broke out of the range, and now look, we're literally just in the middle of the range. That's all we are doing. And we're coming to our area that we have, which is the most relevant area that we have, this resistance area. And we can see, looking to the left, you see price starting to reject off of this area. Massive rejections to the top side. But now let's say we do understand that, okay, cool, this area does become that rejection area, and potentially from here we can start to, you know, push back up. But you understand, okay, cool, price might want to come all the way down, and it might want to violate 1758 to potentially grab liquidity. You understand, when gold wants to push up, it'll push up. When gold wants to push down, it will start pushing down. You cannot stop gold. So that's where we got to be fluid in the market, and we got to see, okay, how can we also capitalize on a sell position? So now, in order for us to capitalize on a sell position, look, we are intraday traders. I mean, we are scalpers, but you know, our trades can be intraday trades as well, because we do secure profits and we let rest of the trades run. Look, at this point now, we are starting to approach this area. Numerous rejections. First of all, we gotta let price come to this area and see what happens. That would be the first thing I'll wait for. Let price come to the area that we are interested in, because you understand what's the area we are looking for. This is the area we are looking for, 1785. And so first we're going to let price come to this area. I'll let price come to this area, see how price reacts around this area. Are we going to see a lot of buy orders being executed? Are we going to start forming higher highs, higher lows, you know, form some sort of support above 1785? At that point, I'm like, okay, cool. Now, because we have numerous rejections, it is such a key area, and we are still within our uptrend. We haven't violated the structural laws which are all the way down there. I'll be happy to take a buy position, because I know that with momentum, which you know, our session starts in 8 minutes. With momentum, we can easily get our 1-to-1s. So that's why, you know, the way we trade is literally the safest way to trade. Honestly, that's the best thing about it. Even in a bearish market, we can secure our 1-to-1s. You guys saw, you know, yesterday how we done it. But now let's say we start to violate this structure, right? And we see something like this. So now you gotta see, when price does drop all the way from up here, look at that. When we do drop all the way from up here, you gotta go to the left. All the way from up here, we drop all the way down to this area that we are approaching. From here, we see a massive push back to the top side. And look, this was also in a downtrend. Right now, we are not in a downtrend either. We are in an uptrend. You gotta understand that. On the current time frame, we are on an uptrend. The structure is an uptrend structure. This is just your potentially your retest because of the imbalance that we have in the market. So again, two things. If we do not reject from this area, which is 1785, at that point we need to see something like this to take it down potentially. But again, gold is like, you know, at all-time lows. Do you really want to sell it? It becomes a bit tricky, right? But if we can see something like this now being formed when our session opens, at that point, you know, we can also take it down, because you understand one more thing. As I said, potentially we might be coming down here for the liquidity. You understand, that could be the next, you know, play, the liquidity play. We could be coming down to potentially grab liquidity on the daily time frames, on the weekly time frames as well. So from there we can potentially see a massive rejection to the top side, or, you know, start pushing down to potentially retest the lows once again and start violating the lows. At that point, we're going to start a very massive downtrend. So we have to have, you know, patience, and we just need to wait. Look, price is starting to approach our area now. So I have my 1 minute time frame open on the MetaTrader 5. Let's just see what happens. We've got another 6 minutes left as well for our session to open. Let me just quickly zoom in. Man, let me just quickly put my risk up to 1%. Okay. There we go. Risk up to 1% at this point. Again, looking to the left, you gotta understand something like this. This is a very strong key zone, and we have been pushing down for the longest time now. So if we see, you gotta understand, this is also not, you know, on your minute time frame or your 4-hour time frame. This is literally right now, this is on your daily time frame, this rejection. So this is a key area that we're tapping into now. You guys got to keep that in your mind. So if we see a lot of buy orders being executed here, now we start to form higher highs, higher lows. Honestly, I'm a big fan of taking gold up from this level here. But again, we got to understand, if we do turn this area into some sort of, you know, resistance as well, start seeing massive push to the downside, at that point some sort of pullback, more momentum to the downside, at that point we can take it down. But again, with sells, I would rather not be impulsive because of the area that we are approaching, even though, like, you know, everything seems like it's just dumping and just, like, you know, take a sell position and it'll work out. That's not how it works. We're looking to execute on one trade. Even with sells, we have to be really sensible. We need to look at the structure. So look, again, about to violate these structure laws. You know, you understand there is liquidity below here, and potentially now looking to the left, when we usually do dump, we can see a really nice rejection from this level here. So if you do start to violate these laws at this point now, and again start turning this area into some sort of resistance, we can see something like this playing out. But that's the thing, we have to wait, we need to have patience. Potentially something like that can play out as well if we're looking to execute on a sell position. But we're at all-time lows. You guys gotta understand that. Literally all-time lows at the moment. We've dropped a lot, so sells do become a little bit tricky. So we need to wait for the extra bit of confirmation to take the sell position, but we most definitely can. We are really fluid in the market. We can most definitely take it down as well. Let's look at the 30-minute structure at this point as well. Yeah, see, literally massive pullbacks down to this area, and then from there you see a massive push to the top side. But again, you see numerous rejections to the downside from this area as well. Let me just put this here. So you do got to understand that we have a lot of sell orders here and we have a lot of buy orders here. So for our session, we need to see who's in control, who is more dominant in the markets. If the sellers are in control, you know, we trade with momentum. So wherever the momentum is, we just have to wait for our confirmations, and at that point we can take it either way. Looking at the daily candle as well, is pushed down about how many pips now. It's got a really nice upper wick as well, and is rejecting off of a key area, but it's pushed down about more than 270 pips at this point now. So does it really have more space to go down? We don't really have any news events, do we? Yeah, look at that. We just have the orange folder for USD, but we don't have any high impact news events today either. So gotta sit on our hands for a little bit today and see how it plays out, honestly. But quickly going to the 4-hour again. So usually we do get those crazy rejections from this area. You guys can see literally started to push down from this same area that we are pushing down from. Price came all the way down here literally, and then from here we rejected, came up, retested, and then after that we broke out. But again, if we do start to push down, we have clean traffic every time. You guys understand this as well. From here, look, same area, we are dropping down and we have such clean traffic. So as I said, either way we can take it. We'll just have to see who's in more control, the sellers or the buyers. But today we'll have to be really quick with our positions as well. But again, still have to wait for the confirmations, right? Looking at the hourly at this point now, same thing, we are at all-time lows. Literally you don't even see one bullish candle, it's just all bearish candles. You've actually had 6 bearish candles. That's how much momentum there is to the downside. It's insane. It's insane. The momentum to the downside is insane. So we could see switch of momentum from this point on. That's what we are trying to figure out. Are we going to see switch of momentum from this point on, or are we just going to collect more sell orders, turn this area into resistance, and just keep on dropping? So yeah, we just have to wait. This is the open now. Half one open. Let's see what price does. We have the bottom wick at this point now. I'm just going to turn my magic keys on. Honestly, looking to see where the momentum is. At this point now, price is starting to push all the way to the top side on the minute time frame. After retesting this structure, we have to wait and see what price does. Looking at the minute candles at the moment. So look, again, the hourly lows are literally all the way up here. We are starting to form higher highs and higher lows on the minute time frame though. Got to show you guys that. Usually I do take positions really quickly, but again, we are in a really bearish market today. So if we are looking for those long positions, we have to wait for the extra bit of confirmation. But we are tapping this key area now. So I'm looking to see something that's obviously very massive. So a really massive bullish candle at this point now. And then obviously we can expect a retest and then off to take it back up. But most definitely today I'll be waiting for those retests to take it up or down. But at this point, looking at the 30-minute bottom wick, which is all the way down here. This is our 30-minute bottom wick. The previous 30-minute bottom wick is all the way down there as well. So let's just see what happens. Again, as I said, sales for me will be below 1785. Until then, I'm just gonna let price do whatever price does, because we literally just execute. We're looking to just catch one trade to make our 1%. So we don't need to catch every single pip. We just need to catch our 1-to-1s. So I think patience will pay. Look, at this point now, you're starting to violate the current 30-minute lows, but you haven't violated the previous 30-minute lows as well. So this could potentially just be forming a new bottom wick, a little bit of a bigger bottom wick to potentially start pushing all the way to the top side. Let's just see. I'm looking at the minute time frame on my MetaTrader 5 as well, so I will not miss out on anything. At this point now, again, attempting to push down. We do understand that some buyers are sitting down here. Not a lot of buying momentum kicking in just yet, but again, what gold likes to do is it would like to go to the key zone, literally to the T. It would like to tap the key zone, potentially, even push down below it a little bit to grab some more orders, and then from there you can see the switch kicking, the momentum kicking. So that's what I'm looking to see. Potentially either start pushing down below here, start breaking below this. I'll actually just move this down a little bit more. So I would like to see some sort of momentum kick in from this point on, or we start breaking below this, then momentum kicks in. Otherwise, look, if we start turning this area into resistance, potentially our 1783 at that point is a safe bet to take it down. I'll definitely mark this area here as well. For sales can definitely play out from here, but until then it might just be one of them things that we just let price go down to potentially grab some orders and see what the sellers want to do. But yeah, look at that massive rejections. You guys can see that, right? But this becomes a really strong area here for the sellers. Most definitely, if you can see selling momentum kick in from here, most definitely we can take it down as well. But until then, it becomes really tricky. But we'll have to look out for this zone though, because you see the double top formation here, and then we came down, but again this became a pullback, and then from here we retested this, and then massive momentum kicked into the downside. So we'll just have to look out and see what happens. At this point we are still above the zone that we have marked out, but again price is forming lower lows and lower highs. We are quite bearish. Let's just see. Literally just have to wait and see what price does as soon as we hit this zone. Again, momentum to the top side has started to kick in. Price has a bottom wick as well as the upper wick. What business does it have breaking the upper wick? Let's quickly just mark the upper wick that we have on the 30-minute time frames. So this is the upper wick we have on the 30-minute time frame, just here. I'll change the color to white. So yeah, just keep that in your mind. Potentially we can start ranging as well. It seems like on the minute time frame we are within a range, which is the upper wick we have on the 30 minutes, and then the bottom wick, that's pretty much the range at the moment. So yeah, patience. It can potentially, you know, prevent a lot of things, prevent you being stuck in a range as well. That's the best thing about it. Again, looking to the left, potentially if we look at our 4-hour time frame as well, when we do usually push down, the rejections do start from this area, which is 1785. So honestly, 1785 will be that area we start to take gold down from, or take it up from. But again, you have liquidity here as well, so that's why for sales I would want it to come down a little bit, potentially like retest this structure here, and then from there have a pullback to potentially pull all the way back up. Because look, usually we do push down to these areas, and then from there you see rejections kick in. So potentially could see something like that. How big of a range do we have? So the range is about 20 pips. So in my opinion, the best case will be to potentially let the structure laws get violated, you know, stop out some sellers, potentially push down to the next zone that we have, which is all the way down here, and then after that potentially if we can see some sort of pullbacks, and then the best thing about it will be is that we can potentially take a buy position from here as well. And if this is a pullback, we can take our 1-to-1s on the pullback to, you know, 1785, and then from there we can see if gold wants to obviously push back down, turning 1785 into, you know, retest area, forming a double top up here to potentially start dumping. That's the best thing about it, but in my opinion that'll be the best play. Yeah, that would literally be the best play. But until then, we just have to sit on our hands and wait. Again, starting to push all the way to the top side. On the minute time frame, I can see the structure. Again, if we do start to violate the 30-minute highs, at that point, look, probability to the top side is going up. But in order for us to execute, when the market is so bearish and you're looking to take a buy position, you really do want to see those massive bullish candles. So just in case, let's say if we were to execute on a position right now, you got sellers sitting here, you got sellers sitting there. The sellers are literally just everywhere. So that's why in a market like this, you have so many sell orders. You want to be extra careful if you're looking to take a long position, because you are basically fighting the trend. You're not trading with the trend. That's why trading with the trend is really easy, because you have a lot of people executing the same orders as you, and then the majority will win. You gotta understand that. That's what moves the markets, right? The majority. So if you are not the majority, you really have to wait for those extra bit of confirmations. So as I said, sells will become tricky. You can execute on a sell position. Again, now pushing down, makes sense to take a sell position, but we are tapping this area, so I would just sit on my hands. We can very well just drop 100 and 200 pips, but honestly I don't care. I have no FOMO whatsoever. We had a winning day yesterday. It's just the start of the week, and yeah, no FOMO whatsoever. Okay, we're starting to tap our key area at this point. Now let's see what happens. This is our key area. We're starting to tap it at this point. Now we need to see what happens at this point. Are we going to keep on dumping? Are we going to see more sell orders being executed? Are we going to see a massive rejection to the top side at this point? But again, we have a lot of liquidity here as well. You got to keep that in your mind. A lot of liquidity. So potentially, again, if we see a lot of liquidity being generated, we see a massive push to the downside, and we start seeing potentially 1785 to 70. If 1785, this area here starts being turned into some sort of resistance area, which it seems like is being turned into now, and see a massive bearish candle to the downside, we can take those sells as well. At that point, it makes sense. But again, first of all, we got to wait for the liquidity to be generated, then the rejection to the downside. At that point, we can execute on a sell position. Another minute left for the new 5-minute open. Let's see what the new 5-minute open does as well. We have broken the structure lows, pushed down about 7 pips. Let's look at the 5-minute candle at this point now. We're about to get a new 5-minute open. So potentially the 5-minute open can form a double bottom here and start pushing all the way to the top side. The way this minute candle is starting to look as well, starting to flip at this point now. So now honestly we start turning this area into a resistance area, I mean support area, my bad, and see the new 5-minute open comes down, does a retest down here, and from there it starts flying to the top side. This might be our position to the top side. But again, we need to clear this area. For me to execute a buy position, I want to clear this area right here. So I want to see some sort of support being formed above here for me to take a buy position. So now this area here, if you can start forming a support above here, look at the way the price is moving. So if this minute candle closes above this now, second one does a retest, breaks the highs, I might take one position here, honestly. But again, I'm looking to see first what price does. Magic keys ready to go. First of all, we gotta start breaking 1786 as well. Let's see what the next candle does. We still have to wait. Haven't even seen our candle close just yet. We're at all-time lows, so there should be no rush to jump in a position just yet, because we're at all-time lows, and if the buyers do work out, they will really work out really nicely. Right now, look, we're rejecting off of this area. I want to see a nice engulfing close. The next one's going up to retest the highs. So if we do start breaking the highs at this point with some sort of momentum to the top side, it does make sense to execute on a buy position, right? Well, I'm still waiting, sitting on my hands. It's very simple. Either we're going to start turning this area into a resistance area, start violating the lows to potentially go down, or we're going to start turning this area into a support area to start going up. We have momentum in the market. This is the new 5-minute open. Let's look at the 5-minute, potentially have an upper wick. We do not have a bottom wick. So again, that makes it hard for us to execute a sell position, because could be forming a bottom wick and then starting to push up again. So this could just be happening now to potentially push down and forming some sort of double bottom down here at 1784. So let's see what happens. Just have to sit on our hands. At the moment we've done, oh, look at this momentum kicking into the top side. Let's see how this kind of closes. Honestly, I might be looking to take a buy position here if we can see a nice engulfing close at this point, honestly. But I do want to see a close though, because we are in a bearish market. So I want to see a massive engulfing bullish candle first, closing. At that point I'll look to execute, because they can reject really easily. But this candle seems like it's about to fly to the top side now. Now, if this one can close up above this support, next one starts breaking the highs, I'm in this trade, putting my stop loss below the current minute candle, because we have no business breaking the minute lows. So, 20 pip stop loss, quick scalp to the top side. Let's see what the next minute candle does though first. And what this candle does, come down a little bit, stop breaking the highs, it makes sense. So now let's see what this minute candle does. Are we going to start retesting the support area to start pushing to the top side? But again, you want to see the push to the top side has a lot of momentum. You want to see a lot of momentum kick in. And I might be looking to execute on a buy position here if we see momentum kick in. At the moment, I can still see some sort of momentum to the downside. I want to see the momentum to the downside being exhausted and us starting to push up all the way to the top side. Another 2 minutes left as well for the new 5-minute open. That's the best thing about it. Another 2 minutes left. This one is starting to push to the top side once again. Becomes an undecisive candle at this point now, the way the minute candle has closed. The 5-minute doesn't have a bottom wick, so if the position, if I was to execute on a position here, it'll become a bit tricky. Let's see now. I might be looking to execute on a position here, guys. Let's see another nice push. Give me another nice push. Hold up, magic keys. Let's get. Okay, give me another nice push, and I'm executing on this. Just because we're tapping this resistance area, I'm being super careful. But now if it does push up to the top side with some sort of momentum, I'm in this. Okay, you know what? I'm going to execute on one position here. And at this point, let's see what happens, guys. I'm in this buy position over here. It can very easily start to push down as well. So that's why I've gone in with a little bit of a low risk position. it's not a 1% risk position up here, because you can start to reject off of here, and we are in a downtrend. That's why also my stop loss is all the way below the structure, not below the candle, just giving it a little bit more room to breathe. So now with the new 5-minute open, you want to see it push down a little bit, and then from there start to push all the way to the top side. So let's see how it plays out. Let's see how it plays out. Okay, this is the new 5-minute open. You want it to start pushing down at this point. Now, even if it does break the lows over here, it makes a lot of sense, right? Because the previous 5-minute does not have a massive bottom wick. But as long as we don't violate the structural lows, I think we should be good to go down. We can potentially come all the way down here to form a double bottom. And yeah, if we do see something like that, I'll look to scale in. Look to scale in. Because I'm not in with 1% risk on this position just yet. So yeah, let's see how this plays out. But I think if we start breaking these highs, we're flying. Nothing is stopping us at that point. Literally nothing is stopping us, and it seems like it's starting to push up at this point, honestly. And we start breaking 1788.60 at that point. Look, from there you're expecting a pullback. 1788 point. Let me show you my MetaTrader 5 as well, if I can just make this small, show you guys what I'm looking at. Look, you gotta understand one thing, right? This is the next zone where you can expect pullbacks from. This over here, 1788.49. So from there, if we see a rejection, it's expected now. So that should not scare you. But if we start clearing this, at that point, obviously, the next rejection is up here. This is where you have sellers up here. But as soon as you start clearing that, you have obviously a nice clean traffic up to 1790.15. And then obviously after that, our TPs will most likely get hit, and it'll be a winning trade, and I'll look to make it risk-free. So if we start clearing 1790.27, I'll make it risk-free. Until then, just gonna let it do its thing. And yeah, more than 10 pips up at this point now. So if you guys are in this trade, make sure profits have been secured, make sure the trade is risk-free. But again, for me, it's a low risk position, so I'm looking to hold this either to the TP or the stop loss. But if you guys are in with 1% risk, make sure you're looking to secure profits and making it risk-free, because you are in a bearish market and you are trading against the trend, so it becomes a bit tricky. You can see a lot of momentum to the downside kick in from here. But as long as we start seeing, as long as we don't violate the structural lows, that's where the stop loss is, we're good to go. And we have our confirmations, and it's a high probability setup. That's why we executed on it. So yeah, just gonna let this play out. I'm just gonna let this play out, and as soon as we start breaking 1789.31, I think we should be good to go up. But this is the only area that we are approaching. Again, as I said, we do expect pullbacks from here, so that's why we're seeing pullbacks. And now the next area that we have is 1789.31. From there we can see a rejection, but we start clearing that. We have 1790. We are approaching another rejection area, but as soon as we start clearing these 3 rejection areas that we do have, after that we're going straight to the TP. But again, we are in a bearish market. You can very easily get stopped out because we are trading against the trend. So make sure you are securing profits, you are making it risk-free as soon as possible. For me, it's a low risk position. I'm looking to hold it either to the TP or the stop loss. But make sure you guys do not copy me, because you shouldn't copy me. Anyway. You gotta understand, I have a lot of confidence in my setups. So yeah, I don't mind holding this to the TP, because I know the probability of my TP being hit is higher than the probability of me being stopped up. But again, it is a bearish market. Make sure if you're up 10 pips, which we are right now. Again, this is not financial advice. I'm just telling that to my friends what the most sensible thing is. The most sensible thing to do is secure profits in a bearish market. If you're up 10 pips, amazing, right? But yeah, honestly, as soon as we start clearing 1789, this is going to turn into a rocket ship and start flying all the way to the top side. That's the only issue area that we have. And we've got another 2 minutes left as well. So hopefully in the next 2 minutes we can do it. But as long as we don't violate the structural lows, I think we should be good to go up. Because as I said, look, you have a lot of buyers sitting here. This is a very massive rejection area, right? And we're turning 1785 into a support as well. So as long as we're above 1785, we're good to go up, honestly. Now we are approaching the next area, which is 1789. We are in a bearish market. You gotta understand, there are a lot of sellers, When you are in a bearish market, there are way more sellers than buyers. So price will have some sort of issues, breaking to the top side. But when it does, Oh, the push to the top side is going to be insane, you guys will see. But again, if it does happen, right? But why will it happen? Well, why do I expect it to happen? Because this is a really high confirmation trade for me. So I have a lot of confidence in this trade. Even though it is a bearish market, I understand if now we start breaking again 1789.31, that's more confirmation to the top side. The probability again goes in my favor. I do understand, from here, this is the area where we can have some sort of issues. From here, it can potentially, stop us out and wick us out, because a lot of sellers are sitting up here and we are in a bearish market, and this is the structure highs. We haven't violated it. But again, for me, it made sense. Not for us, it made sense to execute on this position. Could have executed on a down day. I was interested, but again, it's not a normal day, so I didn't want to take a really early entry, so took a little bit of a late entry. So that's why I don't mind being in a drawdown, and my position is not as big. That's the best thing about it. So drawdowns really don't scare me. Let's see what happens though. This is the new 5-minute open. Is potentially forming that bottom wick, and then after that we can see a push to the top side or the downside. But again, we got the new 4-hour approaching as well. That's why I'm giving it a lot of room to breathe as well. And then hopefully if we can start chilling above 1789.31 and the new 4-hour opens, at that point we can see a massive push to the top side. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Next area that we are approaching is 1786.20. Maybe this is a pullback down to 1786.20. But if you start turning that area into some sort of resistance, at that point you can expect to lower down some of your risk. Let me just quickly mark this, because you do want to look to lower down your risk as well when you are in a bearish market and you are in a buy position, because you kind of are fighting against the trend. But again, if you have a lot of confidence, could be a opportunity to scale in, right? So you just really have to see how you approach trading. For some people, it could be an area where they look to manage risk, and then for others, this is an area where they look to put on risk. That's what trading is about. But 10 plus pips were called out on the live stream, and yeah, you guys should secure profits at all times. As I said, don't copy me. Do not copy me. I do what I do for a reason. You guys can understand that. But honestly, if we can stay above 1786 and start breaking above 1788 with the new 4-hour approaching, I think we can see a momentum kick to the top side. If this candle here can start engulfing everything to the left now, start breaking to the top side, and then hopefully start chilling above, the resistance that we have. If we can start turning it into some sort of support, and then the new 4-hour approaches, we can potentially just start, exploding all the way to the top side, and our TPs can get hit. But again, as I said, look, it will be hard for us to actually push up in such a massive, when the momentum is to the downside, is a bearish market. But again, when we do violate the structure highs and we get, oh, there we go, see the structure highs are being violated at this point now, you're going to see such a massive push to the top side. More than 15 pips up at this point, guys. More than 15 pips up. As soon as we clear this area, we're violating the structure highs, we're forming higher highs, higher lows. At that point, you're going to see a aggressive push to the top side, which will be 1790. Let's just see what happens now. Can we start clearing this area, or are we going to see momentum kick into the downside from here? But you're almost up 20 pips up at this point as well, guys. 15 pips up here, you guys can see. So yeah, no one should have the still risk on the table. You should secure some profits or make it risk-free or something, right? Again, as I said, I have a buffer. That's why I'm holding this. I don't mind if my stop loss gets hit, even being up 15 pips. I have a buffer. I have a buffer. I have the tolerance. I can hold this. That's the tolerance. I've built that up. I've built up my profits. But as I said, do not copy me. I have my own way of managing risk. Again, this can turn into some sort of double top, just collecting some sell orders to potentially start pushing all the way to the downside, violating the structural lows. But as I said, if we do start clearing this, and then the new 4-hour is approaching as well, we're going to see a very aggressive push to the top side. Very aggressive push to the top side. But again, we are in a bearish market, so let's just see what happens over here now. chilling at about 12 pips profits at the moment, guys. 12 pips profit at the moment. From here, let's just see. This is a crucial area, because that's where your structure highs are. This is a very crucial area. This is where your structure highs are. So now if you start to reject from here, start breaking lows, you can see potentially us getting stopped out very easily. We are in a bearish market. Or we can see if we start violating the highs at this point, now you're going to see a massive push to the top side. But this is a very crucial area. That's why risk should be taken off the table. Profits should be secured. At this point, profits should really be secured all the way up there. We were up like almost 20 pips, right? Something like that. I don't know. 121 would have gone hit though if I did put it below the wick. But again, do want to give this a little bit more room to breathe, because if this trade does work out, I'm kind of like thinking long term, not in a, you know, in a way where I'm looking to take a quick scalp. I'm looking to see if this trade does work out, I'm pretty much catching gold all the way from the downside. Looking at the daily time frame as well. Honestly, if this works out, like, it's insane. The potential to the top side is insane. So that's why I'm willing to accept a loss today, even though I could have had a winning trade, because of the potential the trade can have. That's the best thing about it. But again, as I said, I've built up a buffer. That's what allows me to do this. It's not me just coming in after, like, you know, a losing streak and starting to do this. I've been on a crazy winning streak. We've had like 6-7 winning days in a row now. So I've built up a buffer again. But yeah, honestly, from here now, as soon as the new 4 hour approaches in the next 4 minutes, if we start respecting this, start staying up here, I think we can see a massive push to the top side after forming a bottom wick. That's why the stop loss is below structure lows. But let's just hope that we don't violate the structure lows, which is, you know, obviously below 1786.60. At that point, if we do see the 4 hour opening, because the momentum is to the downside today, we are in a bearish market, you can see a massive push to the downside and potentially just wicking us out. So let's just see what happens. Have to wait and see what happens. But again, as I said, high probability setup for me, so I don't mind holding on to this. But honestly, as long as we start again now, if we start forming if we can form a support above 1789, oh, this is going to be a rocket ship. As I said, this is the only area that we have, crucial area, because look, first area, told you guys, we're going to expect a pullback from 1788. We got a pullback. Second area, told you you're going to get a pullback from 1789. We're getting a pullback now. So again, this is just a pullback. So now once we do start to clear this, you're going to see another potential pullback, because we are in a bearish market. There are more sell orders than buy orders. You need to expect pullbacks. You gotta understand. But now again, when you clear this, you're going to see nice push to the top side, pullback. And then as soon as you clear that, it makes sense for me to make a risk-free, right? Because after that, I'm not expecting any more pullbacks until my TP gets hit. So I'll make it risk-free. But until then, as I said, I'm willing to accept this loss, because I am taking a buy position in a bearish market. But it makes sense. It makes sense. Is the risk to reward is there for me to execute on this position. So we got another 2 minutes left for the new 4 hour to open. Let's see what happens. Just gonna let it play out. But so far, so good. We're forming higher highs, higher lows. Just need some more momentum to kick in. Again, look at the candles. Compare the bullish candles with the bearish candles. You can see the bullish candles are way bigger than the bearish candles. So the momentum, whenever the volume kicks in, the momentum goes to the top side. But again, we are in a bearish market. So you will potentially, mostly you will see bearish candles today. You're going to see less bullish candles, more bearish candles, when there are so many bearish orders there in the market. So sell orders. But that's just part of the game, honestly. Let's see if we can survive this trade for the next 2 minutes, and then I'm hoping if we can stay above 1786, I'm hoping at that point we can survive this. But now if we start chilling below 1786, at that point most definitely have a really high chance of getting wicked out with the new 4 hour approaching in the next minute. So let's just see now. If we can start respecting 1786 from here, start to reject and push all the way to the top side, we can potentially survive this and our TPs can get hit. But again, over here now, if we start breaking below this area that we have, at that point, this obviously pullback can start becoming a rejection, right? And you're forming potentially a double top up here. We are in a bearish market. you can see a massive push to the downside. So let's just see now. Hopefully we can see a massive engulfing bullish candle, engulfing everything to the left. At that point, you know, the new 4-hour can open, potentially coming down to 1786 again, forming a double bottom here, and momentum kicks into the top side to take it all the way to our TP. That's what I'm looking to see now, if we can see that. But again, see, momentum is to the downside, and if we start closing below 1786, you're most probably coming down to the next zone, which is all the way down here. The lows are all the way down there. You are in a bearish market as well, so the chance of getting us getting wicked up is really high. But let's see, have the bottom wick now. Are we forming a double bottom here to start pushing up to the top side? Can we do that? We haven't broken the structure just yet. We have the bottom wick on the 4-hour. We have the upper wick as well. Now, if we break the bottom wick, potentially coming down, right? So let's see what happens now. Just gonna let the 4-hour do its thing. Again, this is the area where we are expecting gold to form some sort of support, which is 1785. So if you can actually hold this area and keep forming a support here, now the 4 hours here as well, you're going to see a massive push, massive push. So as long as we're above 1785, this is a crucial area for us. 1785, either this is an area for us to take it up or down. So as long as we can hold this area as a support area, man, this 4 hours is just going to engulf everything to the left and go straight to the TP. But again, let's be realistic. We are in a bearish market, so are we really going to see one massive engulfing bullish candle, or are we going to see a couple different? I think we're going to see at least 2, 3, not one engulfing bullish candle. But let's see what happens. At this point, look, again, the area is still holding, the area that we know is really crucial. We need to hold this area for us to go up, but again, the bottom wick is really tiny. So we could see a massive drop, literally retesting 1785, and a massive rejection to the top side. But yeah, again, let's just see what gold wants to do. Right now, there is not much momentum to the top side. The volume is starting to die down a little bit, so let's just hope we can see some more volume kick in, maybe in the next 5 minutes. Let's see what happens. But still above 1786, which is 1785, which is the area we do understand. As long as we are above this area, we are Gucci. This is the potential area. We formed new highs, and now we're retesting this area to potentially form a new high. So now if we start turning this area into support, start breaking these highs, this trade, the probability of this trade becoming a winner goes up, because this becomes your healthy pullback, wavy structure, forming high highs and high lows, and potentially retesting the key area that we do have to collect more buy orders to go up, because you got to understand it needs to do that, right? It doesn't have a lot of buy orders today. The market does not have a lot of buy orders because of the bearish market. Everyone is selling, everyone trades with the trend, and so we are the minority. So for us to get winning trade today, it becomes a little bit harder, right? So now price needs to come down, do a second retest, catch some more buy orders from here, and then potentially push to the top side. Let's see what happens. Just gotta let it play out. But again, if we do start to break these lows now, you can potentially expect a push all the way down to the lows, because the bottom wick is really tiny. You're going to see 2 things happen. Either momentum to the top side is going to kick in now. At that point, you're going to start forming a new high, and then our TP is coming. Or you're going to start turning this area into some sort of resistance, start breaking lows to potentially push all the way to the downside. It's very simple. But right now, look at the candles as well, the way the candles are printing, really tiny candles. There is no momentum. Price is just struggling. There is a battle going on here. Price is, trying to figure out, does he want to go up or down? Who is in control, the buyers or the sellers? That's what price is trying to figure out at the moment. But again, the wick is really tiny on the 4-hour. So if it does want to push down a little bit more, potentially down to 1784, I would not be scared. I mean, I would never be scared, but I would not be shocked or surprised if we do see a massive push down to 1784 and then a rejection to just retest this second area, potentially forming a double bottom here. So as long as we don't violate the lows that we have for the structure, we should be good to go up. But now let's say if we were to see a massive engulfing bullish candle, at that point, I'm not expecting the lows to be broken. Look, at this point now, we have the highs on the 4-hour and we have the lows. So let's quickly just mark the highs as well. Let's see what gets broken first, the highs or the lows. So this is the highs on the 4-hour, and the lows are all the way down there. So let's see what happens. There is USD news. Yeah, there is an orange folder today. We do have an orange folder today for USD. 245 is actually off to NYSE open. That's the thing. So we will see a lot of momentum with the NYSE. So look, now you have the highs and you have the lows. Let's see what gets broken first. We have the upper wick as well as the bottom wick. So now if you start breaking the upper wick, at that point you're not expecting a bottom wick to be formed, because you've broken the upper wick for the second time with a lot of momentum. But now you start breaking the bottom wick, you're expecting a deeper bottom wick, right? So let's just see what happens. This becomes our range. Personally, I am expecting a bottom wick to be formed before pushing up. But again, look at that. This is a bearish market and gold is literally struggling to form a bottom wick. There is a reason, right? There is a reason. You definitely have significant amount of buy orders if gold is struggling to form a bottom wick in such a bearish market, where there is the majority of the orders are sell. The order flow is potentially, majority is bearish today, short positions. So it's still just ranging at this point now. It's very simple. Either we're going to break to the top side or we're going to break to the downside to potentially form a deeper bottom wick. And if it does break to the downside, as I said, I'm expecting a very massive push to the downside. And yeah, potentially down to 1784. So this could be that bearish candle now pushing all the way to the downside. And now you want to see this candle starting to reject. If this candle doesn't reject, at that point, we're most probably getting taken out. As you can see, the stop loss is below the structure lows. But again, see this rejection? Beautiful rejection. So now if we reject and start breaking the highs that we have formed on the 4 hour, at that point it's not coming down, and we can potentially start putting stop losses below the 4 hour lows. But until then, you can expect it to go down. So now if you see a massive engulfing bullish candle starting to break the 4 hour highs, at that point you don't expect gold to come down anymore. So there we go, got the rejection on the previous 1 minute candle, and now you want to see this bullish candle turning into an engulfing candle, so engulfing the whole structure to the left. But if you start breaking the lows again, at that point this becomes a retest of the resistance level that you have up here, and you're going to potentially break these lows and come down to the support area. So this is where you want to see momentum kicks into the top side. This candle turns into an engulfing bullish candle, starts to break the 4 hour highs, which is all the way up here, 1787. As soon as we start breaking the 4 hour highs, potentially want to see a retest of it, and then from there straight to our TP. And yeah, there you go. As you can see, the candle is potentially about to engulf everything to the left. So as soon as we start breaking 1787, we should be good to go up. Should be good to go up. Let's just see what happens. Now again, this can become that pullback candle. If you start breaking the lows, at that point it becomes pullback. Otherwise, we're going to start breaking the highs, start breaking the 4 hour highs after forming a deeper bottom wick. And then at that point, nothing is stopping us from coming all the way to our TP, right? Because potentially this is the 4. There we go. See, right, starting to push up now. And at this point now, again, have broken the upper wick, have broken the 4 hour highs. And now let's just see if we can start seeing a nice push to the top side now. So again, look, 1788 becomes that rejection area. We cleared it. 1789, we cleared it. So now the next area is 1790. So you want to see now price should not have any sort of issue all the way up to 1790. And at 1790, you can expect rejections. And obviously, as soon as you start to clear 1790, I'm making this risk free, because that's the last area that we do have. We have cleared 2 areas at this point now. And there we go. Starting to see momentum kick into the top side at this point now. The crucial area that we do have, we are still respecting it. So yeah, at this point, look, 4 hour has no business breaking its own lows. At this point, look, if it starts breaking the lows after forming new highs, at that point, look, it becomes a bit tricky for this buy position to work out. And yeah, but now I just want to see higher highs and higher lows being formed. I don't want to see these lows over here being broken, which is the 4 hour lows, because we have a really nice bottom wick at this point now. So I just want to see momentum kicks in all the way to the top side. Hopefully in the next 2 minutes, we can see some more momentum kick in. But you got to understand, this is the new 4 hour open. We haven't even seen the new 15 minute open just yet. So this is literally just the first 15 minutes of the new 4 hour. So yeah, even the new 15-minute open can give us that push to the top side. But look at that, we're coming all the way to the top side after forming the bottom wick, still respecting this area as a resistance area. We were in drawdown for a little bit, but now we're back in profits. And as soon as we start forming 1789, we are forming a new high for the structure. And as I said, we're not going to have any sort of issue breaking 1788 and 1789, and we're about to break 1789. As soon as we break, the next rejection area is 1790. As soon as we see a pullback from 1790, it is expected, but if we clear 1790, I'll make it risk free because it's going to go straight to our TP. And at this point now, again, we are up 18 pips, guys. Look, make sure you drop a like on the YouTube live stream, guys. What a beautiful trade, right? So now let's just let this fly. As I said, you're gonna see 1, 2 to 3 bullish candles, not one massive engulfing bullish candle, and which was expected, right? We are in a bearish market, but look at this trade just playing out literally to the T. What amazing trade. Now look, we have again formed a new high. This is a new high that we just have formed at this point with a new 4-hour open. At this point, you don't want to see the 4-hour lows being broken. If they are being broken, I would look to manage risk. At this point, you want to see a pullback from 1790. 1790 turns into the next pullback area, which is expected again. And as soon as we start to clear 1790, we're up 15 pips at this point now, up 15 pips. We start clearing 1790. At that point, I'm making a risk-free because I just want to see a nice break of 1790, retest, grab some more buy orders, and then it's going to give me my TP. My TP is at 1791. But again, look, you have broken the highs at this point now. You have actually broken the structure highs, so you can expect pullbacks now because you have formed a new high, and then it was such a massive push to the top side, and we are in a bearish market. So you will see more pullbacks today than obviously, you know, if it was your usual day, because you are in a massive bearish market. Because there we go, at this point, look at the push, you're up more than, I don't know what I just did, but I pressed a button on my magic keys, but I don't know what I did. I don't know what I just did. Hopefully it wasn't something silly. Okay, there we go. At this point now, honestly, we start clearing 1790 is going straight to our TP. And guys, that's what trading is about. Just be calm and just let the probabilities do their thing. It shouldn't scare you. Look at that. You're up more than 20 pips at this point now. 1790 is being approached. You can expect a pullback from there. But if we start clearing this, nothing is stopping our TP from being hit. And look at that. Everything. There we go. At this point now, I'm going to make a risk-free. This is a risk-free trade, more than 30 pips up at this point. And the TP is coming up. And the TP has been hit. While winning trade. Make sure you guys drop a like on the YouTube live stream. And drop a W in the YouTube live stream as well. More than 30 pips up at this point now. There we go. Winning trade right there. That's what it's done, guys. That's what professional trading is. And yeah, consistency, everyday winners and winners and winners. And look at this beast. In a bearish market, we're up more than 40 pips. And yeah, I don't doubt it. We're gonna see more than 100 pips now. And yeah, this is it. People think I'm crazy for taking a buy position in a bearish market. Well, guess what? I am crazy, but I still get those wins. So guys, what amazing trade taken. Literally a buy position in a bearish market, more than 40 pips up, just one trade taken. Everyone took this with us. You guys can see everyone's dropping a W in the YouTube live stream. What amazing session once again. But yeah, guys, as I said, look, let the probabilities do their thing. Don't be scared. At this point now, is a winning trade. I really don't care if I get stopped out. The entry is at break even as well. And guys, literally when you have experience, you see gold. The thing is, right, you gotta understand, I look at every single time frame. It's not just a 1 minute time frame. I look at every single time frame. So with me, I have a lot of confidence because I know exactly what would happen. As I said, look, when I'm playing with the zones and everything is being correlated, lol, I was stopped out in profits, up over 1% today. Great week so far. Hey, amazing. Told you you'll be up 1% today. But look, that's the thing, right? Your confidence will build up. So again, people are scared to take buys in a bearish market. I'm more than happy to take a buy position. And look, we're up more than 40 pips, just one trade taken. And now this is just a runner, man. This is literally just a runner. That's what it is. And as you guys can see, we've just been winning again and again and again and again. And look at this, it's gonna fly like easily. We're gonna see like 100 pips to the top side. And I did tell you guys why. And honestly, just gonna let this do its thing now. But guys, my goal is actually 40 likes on the YouTube live stream. Can we actually see that today? Do you guys think we can make it happen? 40 likes on the YouTube live stream? That would be amazing, honestly. It would make me happy if we can see 40 likes. And yeah, that's all we're asking. So we have about 19 likes. We just need another 20 people to drop a like on the YouTube live stream. That'll be amazing. And at this point, honestly, I'm expecting this trade to run up for like more than 100 pips. This is like the most insane sniper entry you can catch. Like insane. Like, we gotta understand the NYSE is not here. The NYSE is in the next minute, and then after NYSE, literally a couple minutes after, you have news dropping as well. So now with momentum that kicks in with NYSE, as well as the momentum that you'll get in, the volume that'll come into the markets with the news dropping, you're gonna see a massive push to the top side, rejecting off of a key area. Yeah, there's nothing that's going to stop gold now from pushing up. As I said, you'll have some sort of issues here because we are in a bearish market. You'll see some sort of, trouble price breaking to the top side. But as soon as you start breaking, you're going to see explosive push to the top side. And you guys saw that as soon as we cleared this area, look at this candle retest and a massive engulfing bullish candle just clearing everything to the left, giving us our TP. At this point now, this is a risk-free trade. We have our runner running at this point now, which is about, I think I got about yeah, I don't know, one lot running, 0.83 running. So yeah, if it runs up to about 100 pips, it's gonna make me another $1,000. And so yeah, I'm just gonna leave it and let it run 200 pips. I don't know what I done with magic keys though, but I did press something. I did press a button. I don't know what I done with it, but I did press a button. But yeah, guys, amazing session, right? Do you guys have any questions in the YouTube live stream? More than welcome to ask me. Even yesterday, man, on the YouTube live stream, there was a guy, he was hating on me big time. I think called like bank robber or something, man. He's like, oh, this guy's stupid. He don't know what he's talking about. Price is going down. Why is he buying? And then literally 2 seconds later, our TP got hit and he disappeared real quick. That's good, guys. Trading is such a personal thing, man. You can't hate on each other. If I'm taking a buy position, I have my confirmations. I'm a very profitable trader. I have my reasons for taking this. Look, I'm up almost 50 pips in a bearish market. There is a reason. There is a reason. It's all about your comfort zone. You can't hate on someone because they don't trade the way you trade. That's not how it works. Literally. That's why I don't understand some people. They start hating on me. They're like, you're taking a buy position in a bearish market. You're stupid. You don't know how to trade. It doesn't make sense, man, honestly. Yeah. Literally yesterday like the YouTube live stream chat, they were grilling me, and then literally 2 seconds later we got our buy position, the TP got hit, and then they disappeared. I posted it on Insta as well. Oh man, it was just funny. It was funny. But yeah, look, we're up almost 50 pips once again. Every single day has been a winner. And just like one trade as well, you guys gotta understand, this is like precision and this is consistency. We're not taking a million trades. We're just taking 1 to 2 trades a day. That's what you call consistent profits. You're not taking like a million trades to be profitable. Just 1 trade a day. Precision, accuracy, everything at once. That's what you call consistency. Are you from the UK? Yeah, I live in the UK. But originally I'm from Pakistan, guys. But yeah, I mean, I grew up in the UK. So I am from the UK, basically. You're one of the best I've seen at trading. Amazing, man. Thank you, man. Thank you for your support. And now, honestly, appreciate the support, guys. Thank you. And honestly, guys, look, you understand, it's a game of psychology. It's an emotional game. And if you can control your emotions, as you guys can see, I'm so calm. I was ready to accept a loss. As I said, it's not a big deal. It's part of the game. But because I know how gold works, I know how it works. And everything played out to the T, which is building more confidence. So even though like we were in a drawdown for a little bit, that was building more confidence because we were forming higher highs, higher lows. We were literally clearing every single area, and then it was literally playing out to the T. We got a rejection from 1788, then a rejection from 1789, and then as soon as we cleared it, as I said, 1790 could be the next rejection area. But again, from here, a lot of buy orders got kicked in, a lot of sellers got kicked in, a lot of sellers got taken out because, you know, people are like, we're in a bearish market, let's just sell. Guess what? You guys sold, I bought, and so I made money when you guys lost money. I'm joking. I'm joking. Yeah, that's exactly what's happened here. So now you guys literally just, you know, that just pumped up price all the way to the top side, aka liquidity. You know how it works. How comes you use dollars? Oh, it's just easier, man. With Ftmo, you know, 200k. It's just simple. Is much easier. I'd rather go for like, you know, a 200k account than, you know, something that's like 160k, yeah, 75k. It's very easy to calculate everything. It doesn't really make a big of a difference, to be honest. Even Eng, you're using dollars as well, right? Yeah. Pretty much everyone that I know from the UK as well, like traders, they all use dollars. And yeah, literally yesterday, I was with a crypto trader. She uses dollars as well. Oh, the NFT. Yeah, unfortunately, guys, I don't want to talk about the NFT. Oh my gosh, the amount of no, it's really bad because the amount of time I put in like researching the project. Literally, the minting it started yesterday, but it started around 4 p.m. our time. And so it was a Dutch auction. So how it works is that it starts off with a really high price, and it started with 3 Ethereum, and we wanted the price to come down all the way to the one Ethereum price range, and then we were gonna buy it. So literally the price got to about 1.7 Ethereum around 3 o'clock at night. So we thought, you know what, let's actually go to sleep for like 2 3 hours. Let's wake up around 5, and then we'll see if it's down to 1 Ethereum. So we woke up at 5, and literally the price was down to 1 Ethereum around half 4, and it got sold out literally like that. There was 5,000 slots left, and everyone started to buy in, and then there was a gas war going on. The gas fees were all time, skyrocketing, and so unfortunately I missed out on the NFT, but I wanted to buy like 3 of them, and I would have made like, literally, if I did flip it today, it would have made about 30K in profits just off the NFT. But if we held it, the profits would have been insane because the project is like amazing. The roadmap is amazing. They have utility, they have everything. So like, I don't doubt it if it goes all the way up to 10 Ethereum, the floor price. But the floor price has literally gone up to 3 Ethereum once again. And the mint, we were going to mint it for like 1 Ethereum. So yeah, man, not having the best day, but it is what it is. Next time I know when I'm trying to mint a project and I've put in hours upon hours into it, I'm not sleeping. I'm gonna be. I know, but the thing is, if I don't sleep, then I can't trade. Honestly, I need to have, I need to sleep in order for me to trade. So it was two things. Either I stay awake all night and then I have to miss out the trading the next day. And you understand, there are a lot of accounts that I got trade. So it was one of them things. I was like, you know what, let's just take 2 hours of sleep, and then we'll see. And I can't lie to you, I didn't even wake up, to be honest. But the other partner that I have that I was doing it with, she woke up. But yeah, it was too late, unfortunately. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. But we put so much research into it, and like literally, the best thing about it is it was a lesson, right? And now, it's not like NFTs are, expired. They're literally just getting started. So guys, we've got another 9 minutes left. Hopefully, if our runner can survive with the next 9 minutes, hopefully the NYSE approaching, we can potentially see a lot of momentum kick in, either to the top side or the downside. It's none of my concern at this point. I've had my winning trade, and yeah, if it does play out and I get 100 pips to the top side, I'll be a happy man. It's $3,000, is it not? Look at that. Pretty much. And so now you're expecting NYSE to obviously take price up a little bit, and then obviously the news will kick in, start breaking all highs. At that point, it's going to push straight to the top side. We should set up a group where people share info, crypto, NFTs, Forex. Yeah, I'll make a Telegram soon. But yeah, 100% over there, we'll have different sections, one for Forex, one for NFTs, and one for crypto. Yeah, that's kind of where the money is now. Cryptos, NFTs. Forex is where you can, obviously generate a lot of capital from, and then your capital can do a lot of work for you if you invest in, the right projects when it comes to cryptos and NFTs. And it's so easy to become a millionaire nowadays. Honestly, so easy. Literally, the guy's project that I was gonna invest into yesterday, he made about $100 million just from the NFTs. That's the best thing about it. Literally, he created an NFT. He started selling it. He had a pre-sale. Obviously, if you were on a whitelist, he made about, I think he generated about $20 million from the whitelist sales. And then obviously when the public minting started, at that point, obviously it was a Dutch auction. So it started from 3 Ethereum. And you guys gotta understand, 1 Ethereum goes for about 4.2K right now. So just do the calculations. People were buying it at 3 Ethereum, 1 NFT. The guy generated about $100 million literally in a span of like what, 2 3 days. That's how much money there is nowadays. We just gotta be smart. You gotta understand where the money is, and yeah, just don't FOMO into projects. Just don't FOMO into projects. Be sensible. Be sensible. That's what it is. I've got a friend of mine who is in with the big boys with crypto. Yeah, I mean, I know big crypto. I was holding a portfolio yesterday. One of the, I have one of, I don't want to say who, but someone, right? Family friend, let's just say. I was holding a portfolio. She had $5 million in her crypto wallet. I know a lot of people with a lot of money in crypto as well. That's kind of where the money is. Yeah, honestly. It's just the process, guys. You gotta give it some time. Like, unless you was born rich, it's gonna take time. For me, I wasn't born rich, so I'm taking my time with it. Eventually, I know I'm 22. By the time I'm 25, 26, I have a goal where I wanna be. Is a process. You gotta give it some time. Unless you were born rich, you have a lot of money from your parents, like millions and millions, then you can start investing, and you can become really rich at a young age. Otherwise, you got to obviously work on your skills and understand how everything works, and just believe in the process, trust the process, and eventually it will all play out. So we've got another 5 minutes left for the NYSE to open, and hopefully with the NYSE opened right after NYSE, we got the news dropping as well, literally at 2:45, and then hopefully with that we can see either us getting stopped out, our stop loss being hit, which is at break even now, runner position being stopped out, or us forming new higher highs and higher lows. And potentially, if you start turning this 1790 area into support, start breaking all highs at this point now. And at that point, honestly, there's nothing stopping us from skyrocketing all the way to the top side. Let's just see. What's the name of NFT? It's called Journey NFT. I'll show you guys. This is the NFT, this one here. So that's the link to the mint, the Dutch auction. You guys can see. Oh, I don't want to show you my Ethereum wallet. Whoa, I was about to lose a lot of money. Ho, be careful. But yeah, this is it. You guys can see this was the Dutch auction. The total price was about 3 Ethereum here. And this is how the Dutch auction works. So starting price with 3 Ethereum, every 10 minutes they drop about 0.28 until it reaches the floor price, which is 1 Ethereum. And then as soon as it dropped to 1 Ethereum, unfortunately, we were sleeping, me and my partner, so everyone just jumped in and bought the project because the quantity was only 10,000. And at that point, around 3 o'clock at night, I think 6,000 were minted, so only about 4,000 were left. So literally everyone was just waiting for Ethereum price to come down. And yeah, let's just see what happens. But we've learned a lesson from this. Honestly, we're so grateful to actually learn a lesson from this. We're not sober, we're not like crying. We're very grateful. We know that there is so much opportunity, and next time, obviously we understand what we need to do next time, and that's it. I can even show you guys this on OpenSea. If I can search this up on OpenSea, you guys will see the floor price is insane. It's all the way up at 3 Ethereum at this point. I think it was called Journey Club Official. I think that's what it was called. Actually, let me check on my phone. I could be wrong. Let me just quickly see. Yeah, it's called Journey Club Official. That's what it's called. Journey Club Official. If I show you guys the look at that. This is it, right? So now let me show you guys the floor price on this project. So we were trying to get this for 1 Ethereum, right? And then the project literally just launched yesterday. That's when the public minting was. If this loads up, I can show you guys. Look at that. Look at the floor price. The floor price has gone up 2.85 Ethereum. If you go to the recent activity, you guys can actually see it's going insane. People are selling this for like literally over 2 Ethereum, and then they minted this yesterday for like 1 Ethereum. So they're making about 45k profits literally in a span of couple hours. Let's just say, literally, man, it's insane. It's insane. But anyways, bugging out right now. My internet's a little bit. But another 2 minutes left for the NYSE open, guys. Let's see what happens. Where is my MetaTrader 5? That's where it is. Okay, so let's see what happens in the next 5 minutes. Honestly, that's when you're expecting the push either to the top side or the downside. Either way, I don't really care whatever happens, even if it stops me out or not. But 1800 can be tapped. 1800 can be hit today. If this runner does survive, I'll be a happy man. Otherwise, yeah, 1800. We can definitely see 1800 with NYSE if we start breaking all highs. There we go. Another minute left. Can we survive? Can the runner survive? Can our runner survive with the NYSE approaching? And then hopefully with the NYSE, if we can start chilling up here. Literally, we got the news dropping right after, and yeah, with the news, hopefully we can see some sort of momentum kick into the top side, violating all highs. But guys, can we also drop about more likes on the YouTube live stream? Drop a like on the YouTube live stream. We'll really appreciate that. Let's at least get up to 30 likes. We had more than 40 people watching. Likes really do help, guys. They really do help with the algorithm. So, you know, show some love. We're trying to, you know, turn this into a community, free education. And the more people, the better. The more people we have, the more people can take advantage of this free opportunity. So, you know, do your part and start dropping a like so the algorithm can help us all together as a team. We are a team, guys. So now look at this, NYSE open at this point. Now let's see if we can start respecting lows and start pushing all the way to the top side. Previous candle did wick up all the way to the top side. As soon as we start clearing this wick to the top side, I think we'll come in all the way up as soon as we start breaking these highs of the previous wick. We have the bottom wick, and let's quickly look at the 4 hour now. Look at that. Still, the wick to the downside is really tiny on the 4 hour. So I would not be surprised, honestly, if we start coming all the way down and then later on start pushing up with the news kicking in and start forming some sort of double bottom down here. But honestly, now if we start breaking these highs, at that point, we're not coming down. I don't think we're coming down after that. So let's just see. Let's look at the 30-minute candle. This is your NYSE open candle. Look at that, respecting 1789. If we start breaking the highs of the previous minute candles, start breaking above 1790 at that point, I don't think anything's stopping us from pushing all the way up to the next wick. So wicks can become destinations as well. And so the next wick is all the way up, literally about 36 pips. So let's see what happens. Are we going to survive this? Is my runner going to survive this, or is my runner going to get tapped out? Let's see what happens. So at this point, again, are we going to start forming a double bottom here to start rejecting? Can this candle start rejecting now from the downside, start engulfing everything to the left? But if we do start breaking below 1788, then most probably I will get stopped out. Let's just see what happens. All the best for trading today, guys. School runaways. Hey, take care, man. Take care. Thanks for joining again. See you guys tomorrow. And so look at that double bottom being formed here. At this point, you want to see this candle starting to break all highs, starting to break 1790. At that point, look, if we start breaking 1790, man, I'm so confident that this trade is coming all the way to the top side. This is the bottom wick formation on the 30 minutes, and this is it. This is the engulfing candle we have been waiting for. Double bottom being formed on the minute time frame as well at this point. And as soon as we start breaking the structure highs, oh man, I'm gonna close my eyes and just hold this all the way up to 1800. Let's start breaking this now, 1790, and then obviously the next wick is the destination. And as soon as we start clearing 1790, at that point, hopefully the next wick is the destination for us. So let's see how it plays out. There we go. This is it. It's that rocket ship we have been waiting for, guys. 26 likes, guys. Let's see if we can get another 4 likes so we can have at least 30 likes. Drop a like on the YouTube live stream. And this is turning into a rocket ship now. Got our pullback. At this point now, we start clearing above this wick. Man, 1800 is the target. I'm going to leave this all the way up to 1800. Honestly, this is it now. And we got news dropping in a little bit as well at 2:45, right? Yeah, 2:45. Couple more minutes left for news to drop as well. As I said, look, this is going to start breaking all highs. As soon as we start clearing 1793, oh, this is going to be a rocket ship to the top side. Let me just quickly mark the top side of the range, which is all the way up here. This is where we got the rejections from. 1793.07. As soon as we start clearing that, we're forming a new high with the NYSE approaching. As I said, guys, honestly, been taking so many profits, I don't even want to scale in. I'd rather just let the runner do some damage. Because, yeah, we've had like a crazy winning streak as well, so rather just let the runner do some damage than scale in with more positions at this point. It's too late into the session anyway for me to scale in. But hopefully, let's just see if the news kicks in soon as well. We can potentially expect a massive push to the top side with the news. Let's just see what happens. All right, this is it now. Another 2 minutes left for the new 5-minute to open. With the new 5-minute open, you want it to come down, retest 1790, and respect this bottom wick. If we start respecting this bottom wick, at that point, I'm not even expecting a retest. If we start breaking these highs now, at that point, we're going to start clearing these highs over here, 79, 3.07. As soon as we start clearing that, oh man, this is going to turn into a rocket ship all the way to the top side. This is about to turn into a rocket ship, guys. We're about to go to the moon. Make sure you guys fasten your seatbelts. As soon as we break this, we're going straight to the moon. Literally all the way to 1800. 1800 is coming up. I think today we can see 1800, honestly. 1800. If we can see 1800, oh boy. That's literally the mid-range of the daily candle as well, 1800. And what's stopping us from, you know, hitting 1800? Nothing. That's literally the mid-range of the daily candle. You guys got to keep that in your mind. 1800. Oof. 1800. Look, we're catching it all the way from the downside. That's what precision is, guys. Look how precise this entry was. Wow, amazing, right? Amazing, amazing, amazing. And the 100 pips TP just awaits. The news kicks it. Another thing though, because with the news you gotta understand it's the fundamental factors. You know, they're going to drive the price. So let's just hope the news is good for us and it works in our favor. At that point, you're gonna get that boost that you have been waiting for as soon as you start clearing this range, and you're gonna see a massive push to the top side as soon as we clear 1793.07 straight to the top side. Don't you want to remove the background grid on your MT5 and trading view? Nah, man, I'm just used to it, honestly. I know so many people say that to me all the time, remove it, but guys, it's just that I'm just used to it. So like, you gotta understand, if I was to remove this, I won't be used to it. I'm actually used to the grids. I actually like it for some reason. It just resonates with my personality, if that makes sense. Even though it doesn't make a lot of sense to you guys right now, but trust me, it doesn't make sense. How can a grid resonate to my personality? But that's what trading is. It's not going to make sense to you because it's such a personal thing. It only makes sense to me. But yeah, honestly, start clearing this. I'm here for the news, guys. We're going to have a little bit of a longer live stream. Let's see what the news does, because we might be able to see a massive push to the top side. We're literally just up about 50 pips. We can really easily see 100 pips after the news. 100 pips after the news. 100% I can see that happening. If we start clearing this now, man, we're going to see explosive move. There we go. This is it. Oh, I heard someone's TP just get hit. Yeah, I heard your TP just get hit, Ange. Whoa, was it a second position? Oh, that's insane. Angie's back from the dead. Hey, again, as I said, look, is your psychology. That's the thing. If you can control your psychology, you will never be dead, if that makes sense. You'll never die. Just control your psychology. You gotta understand, you gotta die sometimes to wake up. You gotta die sometimes to wake up. It's part of the game. I've died so many times that I'm emotionally dead now. So drawdowns don't affect me anymore. Yeah, just numb emotionally. No, but honestly, like, you know, people say, oh, you have to, you know, be emotionless. No, that's not how it works. When you have more knowledge, more experience, you learn to control your emotions. You can never numb your emotions. I don't think that's possible as a human, because what's emotions? Emotions. That's us. Humans have emotions. Unless you're not human, it's impossible to actually like take out all your emotions, but you can learn to control your emotions and use them to your advantage, basically. That's what I do, basically. Too many basicallys now. There used to be a girl in my school, and she used to say basically every 2 seconds. She was like, basically this, yeah, basically that, basically. Oh man, it used to be so annoying, I swear. It used to be funny at the same time as well. Every sentence she would say basically before starting the sentence. It was crazy. But there we go. News is dropping in the next, how many minutes? I think 7 minutes, right? Yeah, the next 7 minutes we got news dropping. And let's see if we can see a rocket ship in the next 7 minutes, and potentially TP being hit. Guys, can we drop some likes on the YouTube live stream? How many likes do we have? 3. We need 3 more likes, guys. So we need 3 more people to drop a like to turn it into 3 likes. Ange, you better not do it. You're muted, by the way. No, I'm saying let the YouTube live stream do it. uh, I knew a guy, he used to say, "Hey, what happened?" every Tuesday. I know some people, man, they say like literally, like they will say something before starting a sentence, like repeat it again and again and again. And for them, because it's like, you know, it's they're not doing it consciously, and like, you know, for them, they don't actually realize it. But there are certain things we do and we actually don't realize them. I probably do certain things as well, and you guys see it, you're like, why does this guy do that or do this every 2 seconds? But I actually don't realize it because I'm so used to doing it. And then that's the thing. But then when you tell them, you're like, yo, you do this again and again and again, they're like, yeah, I really do. But guys, what did you guys take today? Did you guys take sells or did you catch these buys with us? And did it make sense why we took the buys? Let us know in the YouTube live stream chat. You say literally. Yeah, I do say literally a lot. I can't lie to you. I know that. I know. Like literally, I always say literally. It's crazy. Literally is crazy, right? Like literally, I'm always saying literally. But yeah, I'll stop saying literally if it annoys you. Like literally, I'll stop saying literally if it annoys you. But yeah, another 5 minutes left, and then hopefully we can see some more momentum kicking in to the top side, start clearing the top side of the range, and then at that point we're expecting a retest to collect some more orders to give us a rocket ship. But so far so good, forming higher highs, higher lows. As long as we don't violate 1788, we're forming a double bottom down here, so we should be good to go up. Should be good to go up. But yeah, guys, I'm also launching the one-to-one mentorship soon as well. I know some of you guys are spamming me on Insta. Just being busy, man. Just being busy. But yeah, I'll be launching the one-to-one sessions where you guys can obviously do our session with me, and I can teach you, like, you know, the whole strategy and everything. So yeah, if you guys are interested, just drop me a DM. Just please don't spam me. I'm not gonna ignore you, but when I do drop the mentorship, I will do that for you guys. I've got a couple people in the waiting list at the moment as well. Yeah, if you don't do the homework, Ange knows you need to do the homework. Ange knows is very crucial, is important. Hey, I'm new here and I want to ask what strategy you use, because I'm bearish for today on gold, but I see you make good profits. This is called the D8 strategy. I invented this strategy. So no, it's honest though. It's actually my own strategy. Is my strategy. That's what the strategy is called. It's called DA Sniper. DA the Sniper strategy. I don't know. I'll come up with a better name. You know, when I come up with a course as well, you know, just like those other mentors. Buy my course, guys. It will turn you into a millionaire in literally 2 weeks. Literally. 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 Okay, another 3 minutes left. Let's see what the news does in the next 3 minutes. And then obviously after that we're gonna see if there is opportunities to get in. I'm in literally. Oh yeah, one thing Kay says is y'all. Oh, that's actually so addicting, the way she says y'all, because the accent is, oh, it's very addicting. Yeah, I'm watching Young Sheldon. I've seen the first 2 episodes. Yeah, man, I loved it, you know, from obviously the first show, The Big Bang Theory. Yeah, it's actually quite nice. So let's see, another 3 minutes left. What happens in the next 3 minutes? If we do start clearing the top side of the range, at that point, honestly, 1800 is really achievable. It's really achievable. It's really realistic. But until then, you understand, even right now, it is really realistic. It is really achievable. As I said, look, we're in a bearish market. Price will have some sort of issues breaking to the top side because there are more sell orders than buy orders. You guys will understand. It's just so simple. People trade with the trend. We are the minority. But that's the best thing about our strategy. Even though we are the minority, we've secured our profits and we're sitting literally at free. Like, we're basically generating free money at the moment. We cannot lose any money. That's the best thing about it. So if this trade works out now, we're literally making free money because the one-to-ones have been secured. We've secured 80-90%, whatever you guys secured, right? I secured, I think, 90% today. I don't know, maybe 90%. But now literally, this is, if this works out and it goes up when the news does drop, we're literally about to make free money, guys. $1,000. Some people make that in literally like a week. So that's the thing. That's the thing. Look, if you can really understand how to trade, there is so much potential. Like you can achieve financial freedom with trading, and the best thing about trading is that it gives you capital. In my opinion, trading is probably, like in my experience, best way to obviously generate capital for me. By the way, let me say that for me, not like otherwise you can generate capital in many ways, but for me, trading best way to generate capital. Start investing in other things, you'll be sorted. Financial freedom is just around the corner, guys. Just have the dedication, just stick to it. Just stick to it. Just don't let the failures destroy you, because failures are part of the game. You cannot learn if you don't have failures. I've taken more L's than W's in this game, and I'll be completely honest. When I started trading, I lost thousands upon thousands. You know, back then, obviously, £10,000 was a lot for me. I was young. I was like, young, 18. £10,000 is a lot. Obviously, I was making money from YouTube, so I was, looking to reinvest. Oh, look at this now. The news is here, and we're about to fly to the top side. Top side, hopefully. This is it. This is it. This is it. Look at that. Look at that. Look at the gap as well within the candles. The way it just closed and pushed straight to the top side. As soon as we start clearing 1793, 1800 is achievable with the news. So let's see now, guys. Are we gonna get wicked out, or are we gonna see a massive push to the top side? If we start clearing to the top side, start breaking 1793, nothing is stopping us from achieving 1800, which is the mid range of the daily candle. So really, 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 really achievable. When you're at all-time lows, needs to obviously have some sort of pullback, right? Look at the previous candle as well. Oh man, this might just be a rocket ship now if we can start clearing the top side. Again, it is an orange folder, so we're not expecting something crazy, but we are expecting some sort of, push to the top side. We're expecting something, so let's just see. You want to give it obviously 5 minutes to settle down a little bit. Just let the price settle down a little bit, because the first 5 minutes are a little bit choppy. It's trying to figure out if it wants to push up or down, and then when the news does start to settle in, that's when you see the push. So for the next 5 minutes, we're not expecting anything, but when it does start to calm down, you're going to start seeing a massive fluctuation to the top side or the downside. Let's see what happens. Okay, that's great, because I have other strategy for day trading, but I want to learn scalping. So can I somehow contact you? Yeah, hit me up on Insta. As I said, guys, I do offer one-to-one sessions, one-to-one mentorship sessions. Hit me up on Insta, and just let me know. Hit me up on Insta. The Insta is d.a_forex, and yeah, whenever we have time, we can arrange something for sure. But again, guys, if I do teach you, make sure you are serious. You are serious. Because honestly, I don't care about, what I'm going to make for that session. Is not big amount of money. So if you are serious, make sure you are serious. So if I can teach you, and I can teach you how to trade my strategy, guess what? That's amazing, because then I can start building a team, and then we can have a really good vision together. Like, let's say, if you start to learn my strategy, I can start trading with you. You can come join our Zoom, start trading with us, and then you can start funding challenge. You can get funded with $200,000 or whatever, and from there we can start to boost it up for you as well. So if you guys do want to start a session with me, make sure you guys are serious, you're dedicated, you're ready to go all in. Nothing's holding you back, and you have a growth mindset. Make sure you guys, when you take a loss, understand you want to learn from it. Just like an NFT, we missed out because of 1 hour after putting so much work into it, because of obviously we're not experienced enough with NFTs, but now we learn from this and we move on. We're not going to cry about it. Just like that, if you have a growth mindset and you guys join my team, like, financial freedom is just around the corner. I don't mind helping you, pass the 200k challenge or whatever. I'll give you everything that I can, everything that's in my power. You gotta understand that, but just be serious, and then hit me up on Insta. We can definitely arrange something for sure. But this is also a very intense strategy as well. Keep that in your mind, guys. So don't expect to just become profitable. This is probably one of the hardest ways to trade. This is really, really, intense. This is not your, wait for the wick to break, take an impulsive. Do you want to tell them a little bit, Ange, about the strategy? Because obviously you have more experience as a... Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. They said they can't. They said they can't hear you. And hold on a second. You guys can't hear her. Wait. What's happening? Hold on a second. Oh, my bad, guys. I apologize. Wait, Ange, can you say something now?
Hello.
Guys, can you hear it now? Oh, my bad. Apologies. Sorry about that. So the whole time I was talking to my team members, you guys thought I was talking to myself. All right, Ange, go
Oh,
on. Let them hear it now. Can you guys hear it now, though? By the way, you should be able to. Yeah, go on, Ange.
so the strategy is like this strategy is like the hardest strategy that I've had. Like I've had a long-term strategy, a medium term, and this is like the fastest one that I've learned. And basically, you're combining all of the, story clues, confluences from all the time frames all the way down to the monthly. And the thing is, the kicker is that you're executing on the 1 minute. So how does that even make sense for like most people, if you know what I mean? And so with that, there comes a lot of like psychological issues that you hear all over, YouTube when you're starting to learn. Like within the first month, if you sit and do it every day, all of those things will come up, and that's the hardest thing. So once you overcome that, then that's where you'll start progressing up, leveling up, and nothing stopping you, So
I didn't
it's
feel
really
you. Yeah.
intense. But
Oh, gone.
when he tells you to do like a homework, which he will give you, then you have to do it, you know.
As I said, if you do the one-to-one session with me, my intentions are to make you part of my team, so we can come all together. Because, to be quite honest, there are not many people trading my strategy, so it can get sometimes lonely in the community, because a lot of people trade like Roger Banks' strategy, and like there are other mentors, but my strategy, because I'm not big on that skill, and personally, like there are not many people trading my strategy. But now, if I can make a community of where people are trading my strategy, honestly, you guys don't understand. The sky is the limit. We can be printing out money, because we're gonna better ourselves. All of us coming together, we're gonna better each other. That's the thing. It will
We're gonna
be
make a better
insane.
magic keys.
Huh? Say that again, Ange?
We're gonna make a better magic keys, the one that doesn't bug out.
So this is it now. As I said, let the 5 minutes just settle down. After the 5 minutes, you're gonna start seeing fluctuations, and look at that. You got your push to the top side now. It's pushing down. So yeah, let's see what happens now.
Are you dumping?
But yeah, guys, honestly, at this point, drop a like on the YouTube live stream. Thank you guys for joining once again. We'll be back tomorrow once again. Our session's just about to end, so me and my Zoom members were about to go over our session, see what we could have capitalized on and what we missed out on. That's really essential. So you guys should do that as well. Go over your session, understand what you could have capitalized on, what you missed out on. And I know Ange did capitalize on that buy position. She did take a scale in position. You did, right, Ange? Amazing. So we're gonna go over everything, just check everything out and see how we can come back to the markets tomorrow and be even better. I'm gonna let this position run. My TP is all the way at 1800 and stop loss is at break even. Thank you guys for tuning in once again, and we'll catch up with you guys tomorrow, same time, around NY Open, which is 1 o'clock for me in the UK. What's the time? What's the Eastern time? I think it's 8, right?
8.
Yeah, 8 o'clock Eastern. We'll catch up with you guys tomorrow. Make sure you guys follow me on Insta, because I will update you guys on everything, and I do usually post on Insta before going live. And so catch up with you guys tomorrow. Have a lovely day, guys. Peace.